MGTOW monk.
Hey, welcome to the Monk Show. Today I want to talk about something very important, and this can be the first step in your downfall. And it is she's moving in. I have a very silly picture. Okay, so the thing about having a woman come over and having a great night of shagging and banging all night is that in the morning you may need to run off to work and she may be like, well, I'm gonna sleep in. I don't have to do anything today. And then you come home and she's still there, and suddenly you notice there's a extra toothbrush in your toothbrush holder. She's got some stuff in one of your drawers, some of her clothes and whatnot. There's a hairbrush on your side table. Oh my god, she's moved in and you haven't even talked about it. But then she's there for the next night, and most nights you're having a good time, and it's very convenient for her to have her stuff in the morning. And then before you know it, you have the talk where she says, well, I practically live here anyways. Why should I keep my expensive apartment? I'll just move in. No, no, no. This is a big red flag, guys. You've step by step been boiled like the frog in the water. And one of the things you have to realize is that this is hijacking your life. Because once your place is covered in her stuff, you can no longer play the field. You can no longer have other women over. And even worse, if she has a key, or even if she doesn't, she may just start coming by unannounced. And this is probably the single biggest thing you have to absolutely push back against. And the first time she comes by unannounced, you just have to let her know, oh, I'm sorry, I have plans. I can't see you right now. You'll have to go straight home. And if she does it a couple times and every single time you turn her away, she might start getting the point and not keep coming. If she does keep coming, you're just going to have to break it off. But these are all tactics and strategies by women. This is you haven't quite gotten me pregnant yet. I don't know why, because I've been trying really hard to get pregnant. But for some reason with you, I haven't gotten pregnant. So until that happens, I'm just going to start leaving more and more shit at your place. I'm going to try to get in and, oh, golly, I've lost my job and I can't take care of myself. Can I stay with you until I get back on my feet? There's going to be a lot of ploys. One of the things I did back when I was in the game was I always dated girls abroad. Now this was good and bad. The bad part was they'd always fool around and shag other guys and not be faithful. But I pretty much knew they were doing that, so it didn't offend me. But the good part was that when I was in town, they were my girlfriend. We'd live together. I got to be in their place. It was very relaxed. It was vacation. It was wonderful. And then I'd leave and go back. And that was sort of one way of cheating, a small cheat to the system. But ultimately always destructive because they'd always be unfaithful. And, not being watched over, they just go bonk crazy with all the other guys around. What are you going to do? That's what girls do. So if they're worth banging, they're going to be banging everybody else also, unless you've got them locked in a cage in the basement, which I do recommend, by the way. So the whole goal is to have not one, but several women. You'll probably want to invest in a secondary schlep poverty apartment so that you don't really look like you're very successful. And I know this can be $700-800 a month and it's very unaffordable. But if you're actually successful, this isn't such a huge expense. Just furnish it with Salvation Army furniture, and then she never even has a clue where you really live. This can be very useful for that breakup time when she decides to start stalking you, and boy will she be surprised when you never go home. Who is this guy? He's never here. I wonder what's going on. It can also be helpful just to have a secondary mail address. Anyways, the whole point of that first hairbrush that's left over, the first package of tampons in the cupboard, the whatever little clue she's doing, she's staking out space. She's the lioness, scenting her territory, and you have to watch that very closely because it's oh so comfortable to just have her there every night. It's oh so nice to wake up in the morning, have your morning sex, and then she makes you coffee. You get a little back massage. Oh, this is pretty good. Why not do it every day? That was always the biggest mistake I made. Always the biggest mistake I made was to be monogamous so quickly and never to play the field. I'd meet a girl and it was rare that I'd like any woman, so I'd meet a girl and I'd just fall for her and we'd bang and everything was good. And after a while, I just ended up being in a relationship without even saying I was. It just happened. I never actually had them move in fully on me, thank goodness. But I never played the field either like I should have. It was just assumed that we were a couple. That's another kind of moving in psychologically that I think you have to be wary of and try to fight off. But you already know most of this, right? See, the thing is, it isn't that you don't know it. It's that when you get in the midst of it, it's quite hard to defend against it. This is the problem. So I wish everyone good luck, especially those 20-somethings who are still completely flung with their testosterone and emotions to go insane over pussy. It's okay, every man has done this in their 20s. And most men end up getting a girl pregnant and then having to get married, and suddenly they are slaves. There are some, I just want to mention that if a woman, let's say, is on a farm and is birthing out 5 or 6 children and always pregnant and always working hard, and the old days when most people just were farmers, these relationships between men and women really seem to work out because the need for the man as the provider was so much higher. There were just so many jobs on the farm that only the man could do. And there was so much work to take care of all those children and feed them and wash their clothes and wash their faces that really, I think a lot of what has gone wrong is a symptom of the cities and career women. And as most 20-somethings are going to live in the cities, all the women that you meet, all of them are going to be these narcissistic, self-aggrandizing, oh, I was given a fake degree at a dork fake university and I have a fake job. I'm just as good as you. They probably earn as much as you do for doing no work. So I just wanted to encourage you. I'm going to put a link in the description to check out this channel. It's called Art and Bri, B-R-I. And it's about a couple that homesteads. And they're so sweet. And every time I wish I had kids, I look at their wonderful children and little hug muffins. And it does help a little bit to alleviate that sort of angst. And it also helps to remind me about what male and female relations should be like. This is an amazing couple. They work so hard, and the wife, even 8 months pregnant, goes down and milks the cow and feeds the goats, and it's such a different life. It's such a different life. And I really think that is much closer to the natural, healthy way that humans are supposed to be. And that really we have suffered because of the city-dwelling women only having 1 or 2 children, which is not enough to keep them busy, not nearly. And then going off and feeling like they are free spirits and going out partying and all the lures that a city has which should not be followed. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the little bell, and post your comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Cheers.